Look, all I'm saying is it's not surprising if foreign firms operating here are flying in foreign labour when there are piles of job seekers at home.
And all I'm saying is, there are more Brits working in Europe than Europeans working here.
Did you see that Italian worker giving the finger to photographers?
Yes, I'm all for importing foreign labour if it looks like that.
Don't give her any more. Look, I think it should just be a case of British jobs for British workers.
And European wine for British wives.
That's a non sequitur.
No, it's a postprandial sequitur. They amount to the same thing.
As your resident alien,
Oh, pray silence for the spokesman of all mankind.
I recall when all y'all was arguing about joining a single currency. I thought to myself, what the problem is? I have just driven to the middle of Italy and back using a single currency, and it is called MasterCard.
Surely if we joined the euro... Joke.
You've got the same colour passports. Why not cut to the chase and say y'all is all Europeans?
Because then we wouldn't be allowed to make jokes about foreigners.
Which is, after all, a central British tradition.
Listen. Go to any city in Europe and the stores are more or less the same. At times you wonder where you are. Internal borders hardly exist. Plastic is replacing money. The internet is replacing everything else. More and more people speak English, which makes it even easier. So why not admit the reality?
But that's another British trait we cling to. Not accepting reality.
Marmalade.
Shut up.
You know, I always spot the Sevillas as they come in, but then I never get around to buying any.
One of the last fruit or veg still obedient to the concept of a season. I wish the world would go back to that.
No, you don't. You'd have turnip and Swedes on the trot all winter.
When I was a boy, we had these sideboards with really deep drawers, and once a year they'd be full of marmalade. I'd get home and it was a miracle. I'd never seen my mum make it, and then I'd go to the sideboard and they'd be full of pots, all of them labelled and still warm, and that had to last us the whole year.
My dear friend, cue roomy tears and violins. Boo-hoo.
Fuck off. I heard that there's a link between Seville oranges and bowel cancer.
Did you really?
No, but it's the sort of thing you say when it gets late. I'd just like to say, the reason I mentioned marmalade is because it's such a British phenomenon. He was saying how we're all the same. So instead of saying something like the royal family, I said marmalade.
Yeah, they got it in the States. I had some in New York.
Yeah, they have it in those little pots in hotels for breakfast. They don't make it in their homes. They don't understand.
The French have it, Marmalade, named after the Queen of Scotland who had French connections.
FC UK. Were they already here?
Blood oranges.
Let me guess, named after Bloody Mary.
Did you know a few years ago the supermarket started calling blood oranges ruby oranges, just in case people thought they might actually contain blood?
Exactly.
So they're coming into the shops and they're overlapping with Sevilles, and I was thinking, does this happen as often as, say, Friday the 13th precedes Valentine's Day?
Friday the 13th is next week, isn't it?
You know what it is. I told him he better not be walking under any ladders this week or there'd be hell to pay.
Can we stick to marmalade for the moment? I bet everyone here who makes it differently and likes it a different consistency, runny, sticky. You have to put the pips in the muslin bag to get the more of the what? What is it?
Is this leading anywhere, oh communal keeper of the narrative?
You don't even need Sevilles to make a marmalade. There was one year where I made it with Sevilles, sweet oranges, pink grapefruit, yellow grapefruit, lemons and limes. It was a 6-fruit marmalade. I put that on the label, but you couldn't get that past EU regulations. Do you want to know how this country's changed in my lifetime? When I was growing up, we thought of ourselves as a nation as like a sign or proof of who we were. We didn't think about what we were or who we were. What we was normal. Or was it what we were normal? I don't know. It might just be the long overhang of imperial power, or maybe it's what you'd call some emotional resonance. But we're so self-conscious now. We're too self-conscious now. We're like navel-gazing. That's it, we're arse-gazing. And do you know what's staring back at us? Marmalade.